Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is episode 17 of Writing Backwards podcast. I am Jason Klink, I'm your host, and this podcast is based on all of my years writing backwards in a fire truck, a whole lot of life experience, some of my stories, and definitely a lot of opinion. If you would be so kind as to like, comment, and share, let me know what you think of this little podcast because I'm just trying to build a small community around my life in public safety and life in the firehouse. Today's podcast episode, I wanted to talk about communication. Nothing pisses off public safety professionals more than lack of communication and lack of transparency. And I think leadership teams should learn this relatively quickly as they embark on leading their crews or their teams in public safety through their day-to-day operations. Used to have a running joke in my old 911 center that we had a lack of communication in the communication center. That used to mean that we used to get these blind directives from administration that would a lot of the times come out of nowhere, and we weren't really sure why we were getting a certain directive. There was a period of time when the administration decided to lead by fear, which is never a good thing. And what I mean by leading by fear was that anybody that made a mistake, any of the personnel that made a mistake, they got disciplined right off the bat. Didn't matter what the story was, didn't matter the circumstances or the outcome. If they made a mistake, they were just going to get written up, and that was the cure to a systemic problem of errors that was going on at the time. To me, this is a large-scale failure of leadership. That yes, you're going to get results by leading by fear and having a lack of communication by sending out this blind directive on discipline. And things may change, but you're going to have a disgruntled workforce. And sure enough, a year later, one person part of the administration was bragging of how all the errors had gone down. And we had a significant decrease in the errors. And my reply was, yep, absolutely. You created the atmosphere of fear, and now everybody's too afraid to use any kind of common sense or use the training they were given in order to make a decision without asking for permission first. Congratulations. I have seen where, it's in the firehouse, I've worked with and for line officers and chiefs that, their fallback was, see these, and meaning their collar brass. And it meant just do as I say, not as I do, and do what I tell you. Doesn't matter the situation. If you're not leading by example, you're not leading by coming from a place of leading as a strong leader, almost leading from the back and allowing your people to excel and move forward and make their mistakes. I used to tell my line officers years ago, just make a decision. Good, bad, or indifferent, make a decision. If it was a good or great decision, I'll be the first one to pat you on the back. If it was the wrong decision or went against policy or procedure, you'll be sure we'll talk about it and we'll have an opportunity to learn from it. If you're not communicating these modes of operation throughout your staff, throughout your leadership team in order to empower them to lead the team with this kind of open lines of communication, you're going to have disgruntled people. You should be able to have that, quote-unquote open door policy to allow people to come in and express their concerns, express their creativity, express their different points of view, and have a great conversation and hopefully learn from it and come out with some kind of conclusion at the end. Now, at the end, you may decide to agree to disagree, which is perfectly fine. But at least you agreed to disagree, and not one party's feeling triumph over the other because their point of view was the winner. That will not disgruntle, but it will cause a situation where your people will avoid sharing their creativity, sharing their ideas, sharing their different point of view, because see these is not allowing them to have that conversation. Now they don't feel a part of the process. If you empower your people to feel a part of the process, they're going to give you 110% every day. they feel like they're part of the decision-making process, they're part of the organization, they're a part of the long-term strategic goals of the organization, they're going to give you 110%. If they don't feel that, if they don't feel that they're a part of something, you probably get 50%. And no organization can excel, and especially in public safety, it's very difficult to excel and move forward when you don't have 110%. So I just wanted to give this quick podcast today based on communication and having the right amount and the right kind of communication in your organization, your public safety organization. And it can be in the firehouse, it can be in a 911 center, but don't cause a situation where there's a lack of communication where communication should be. So with that, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be safe, have a great day.